Okay, we're going to matchbook these knife handles. Alright, let's look how uneven. Alright, you can see it's thicker here, split, it's thinner here. Alright, now if we turn this one up on edge, it's somewhat more consistent. So we're going to make these blades, these handles for the knife blades, so that they match, that they're both the same. Okay, so it's called matchbooking. So we're going to matchbook these knife handles I cut out of a log. All right. So no further ado, let's do this. Okay. This is easy 2 tips and tricks. So we're going to matchbook these knife handles. All right. You can see where they are not even. This one has an angle. It's wider at the top than the bottom. All right. So we're going to make these handles the same. So with no further ado, let's do this. And Happy New Year's, everybody. Thank you for being here. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take the taper out of this, okay? So they both have a slight taper. This one has more, so I'm going to match this one to this one. Okay? So I'm going to work this back section first. I'm starting where the crack is here. Alright, I'm going to come right back about here. Alright. Okay, you can see where that crack was. We're right here at the edge of it now. Okay, so just going to a little bit more to go. Now, if you look at this here, or this is tight against the sanding disc, you can see a slight crack all the way through. Okay, it's just kind of touching here. You can see the slight imperfections. Okay, now if we flip it over, okay, it looks pretty tight. And look at the thickness, alright? Look at the thickness. It all is consistent if you look at the width of the handle. Alright, now we're going to take out the imperfections that are here. Here they stand out even more so. So we're going to smooth these out because you see the high points here. And then you see them in here. Alright, and they kind of scatter throughout. So we're going to catch this side next. Okay, I've started to work on the taper because it's narrower here and wider. You can see where I was taking it down. I still got the high spot in here. Let me show you how to get rid of that high spot, how it tapers out. All right, on this one side, how we're removing that. This is how we are going to remove it. All right, you can bring it, push it against the side. All right, line it up, or you bring it to where the high side is touching. You bring it out, and then you sand it down until this meets your pad, your sanding pad. All right. So I pull this forward so you can see the gap right here. All right, and we're going to take that much off the bottom side. The amount of gap you see at the top is the amount of material we're going to be taking off the bottom down here, which would bring it out and line it all up. All right. All right, it's now touching here. You can see how consistent that is, but we're not quite there on this other side, okay? So, we're almost there. There we are. There it is. All right, so first, let's check it. All right, that looks nice and tight here. Now let's do the real test. Without using a measuring tape, just by eyeball, I would say that's pretty consistent from one end to the other, from top to bottom. And you look at it here. Now let's flip it. That's looking good there. And does it look consistent here? All right. That looks pretty consistent in the width. Okay. And then let's flip it. That looks pretty consistent in the width. All right, now we're going to match the other handle with this. All right. So now we're going to matchbook this one to this one. All right. The gap's closing. Let's take a look at this. All right, it's getting close. It's getting close. All right, now that's looking pretty good. All right, we still have this other side here to do, so keep that in mind. All right, because when we get through here, we're going to have to compare the two handles and then fine tune them. All right. Equal pressure. You want equal pressure. Alright, now let's do a quick comparison. This is where we fine tune it. Alright, now in order to get the imperfections out of this piece here, the one we just finished, alright, I had to bring it down to here. Alright, so look how this is a little bit thinner. Okay, slightly thinner. Okay. So we're going to make this one the same. Alright. Pay attention to where you put your pressure. Alright. Where you put your pressure is what's going to take off the material. Alright. Where I say consistent equal pressure. Now let's compare. Alright, you can see that's got a little higher here. Alright, set it here. Still higher. Okay. Now, checking for length. The length is off. Alright. Okay, almost. Okay, handles are good there. A little bit long here, okay. Nice. These handles are officially match booked. They're identical. Okay. Identical. Alright. Match booked. Now these are perfect handles. Knife handles now. And I won't be able to finish shaping these until I get the metal and the knife heat treated. And after I do the heat treating on the knife, I'm going to do what's called a super quench. I've just learned about. And sprinkled donut forge. James, he has told me about this. And so we'll be doing this here. And I'll be, after I get it metal heat treated, I will then be able to mount the handles to the blade. I'm going to be using some round stock. Alright, that I'm going to run through the blades, run through the handle to the blade, and it's going to anchor it. Alright, so remember, easy tube tips and tricks where you see everything up close and personal. Tell a friend, it's a win-win-win. Like, subscribe, share, save for future reference. And check out my other home improvement how-to videos for all your home improvement needs. Bye for now, and never give up, because there's always a way, always. Happy New Year's 2021, and God bless, and bye for now.